Hey, Walking Dead fans, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a Season 10 Death Predictions video. We'll see which characters I think might not make it out of Season 10B at this point. We were left with a cliffhanger kind of with our group caught inside a cave full of walkers. We'll see who gets out. We were teased a little bit about some deaths, and we haven't been shown some of the characters in the trailer or any promo photos, which leads some to believe that they might be the ones that end up not making it out. But let's look at the characters. Of course, the staple characters, Daryl, Carol, Eugene, most of those I think are going to live. I think the main characters, of course, Michonne is leaving the show, but the other main characters that are in danger, I think Jerry's in danger. We haven't seen Magna or Connie outside the cave. We have seen them in a promo, but I don't think we've seen them outside the cave. So they're all up for grabs. I think we may lose Magna or Connie, but probably not both. But as I was making this video, some promo photos were released. Jerry does live. We see him with Ezekiel in the lineup along the fighting the walker horde that's coming in. We also see Rosita and Eugene and Luke and several others fighting along that line. It looks like Ezekiel and Jerry is in that line as well. So that's pretty effing cool that Jerry escapes the cave, because I was thinking, you know, Carol, she's lost her kids and just so much throughout this apocalypse. To be the cause of someone's death in the cave, just like Daryl, you know, I couldn't even comprehend how the feeling would be, that guilty feeling of like Daryl would have toward Glenn, because he made that punch, tried to punch Negan. Negan killed Glenn, supposedly how it all played out, right? The feeling of knowing you were the reason that one of your friends gets killed. You know, Carol running into the cave could be one of the reasons that one of her friends dies, and that's just tragic. There is a chance that everyone makes it out of the cave. I just think they wouldn't have set all of that up, have the whole cave thing, to have not at least someone maybe perish there. But we also have the Whisper War, so other people are going to perish or need to perish for all of this to make sense, you know, and to be drama. Who do you guys think will not make it out of the cave? But we've also got Rosita and Gabriel, who are kind of high on the list of possibilities. And my prediction, like I say, I think we may lose Magna or Connie. I think Jerry will live. But as far as Gabriel, I think Rosita will live. She has a spinoff show, short-term little series that she's doing, Selena, but I'm not sure that will take her off the show. Like I say, I think Eugene will live, but Gabriel, I think, is very, very high on the list as far as my opinion that he may not make it out of Season 10B. And then we've got Aaron, and even though Daryl is the kind of lead guy in the show, Aaron is really so much like Rick from the comic. It's crazy. I don't think we're going to lose Aaron. In the comic, Aaron gets stabbed by Beta and almost dies, but he doesn't, and he comes back victorious later on. I do think that might happen in the show. Aaron actually might get stabbed by Beta, and it looks like he might die, but I think he's going to pull through. And one of the big high on the list as far as you guys talking about it is King Ezekiel. Of course, he's terminal. He's got the cancer, and he's pretty much going to die. But I do think Eugene finds out about some medical possibilities through the radio, the lady he's talking on the radio, and I think it will tie together where they're going to take King Ezekiel to get medical treatment, or that's going to try to be helped out some way, and it'll be some type of connection, one of the connections that makes it where they meet. Commonwealth, what will be the Commonwealth, the lady on the radio, and our group, Eugene and Ezekiel. So I'm thinking Ezekiel's going to live for that reason. It is the Whisper War, so as far as the villains go, I do think we're going to lose Alpha and Beta. They will die, and the Whispers, most of them will die. Anyone that's left will just disperse, kind of like it happened in the comics. You know, I don't know if Alpha will die like she did in the comic. I think Beta may die pretty much like he does in the comic, but Alpha, the actress, has said in interviews, don't expect the exact Alpha's death from the comic to be in the show. And She seemed kind of serious about that, but she may just be trying to throw people off. And will we lose Negan? I don't think so. I think he'll stick around. I think he's kind of like a Daryl. He may be around till the end. And we've got Alden, and I think he's very much like a red shirt on Star Trek. He very well could go, and I don't think anybody would miss him that much at this point, but I don't think he's going to die. I think he's going to stick around. I'm not sure if there's going to be a Maggie love interest once she returns to the show. That's a very big possibility, but I do think they're going to keep Alden around. And we've got Yumiko and Luke. Man, Yumiko is going to live, and I say Luke is very high on the possibility list of not making it out of Season 10B. So I'm going to say possibly Luke and Kelly. It could be Connie or Magna. Man, Kelly or Connie's got to go, I think. Kelly is, because of her hearing thing, she's right up there, I think, high on the list. Luke, even though I like that character, I want him to stick around. It just seems like Magna and Yumiko would stick around the longest out of that group, but I want Connie to stick around too. I kind of like that character. So I would say Yumiko, Liv, Magna. She might die. Connie, I think she'll live. Kelly could die. Luke could die. Of course, Judith and RJ will live. I think Earl will live. I'm going to guess on that. I think Cindy will live if she's shown again. I think Diane will also make it out. I think Laura is high on the list of possibilities of dying. Scott is another possibility that could go. And Gamma, even though she's a great character, great actress, I think she may perish in Season 10B. I don't think she'll fully go over to the group. I think she may want to. I think they may let her or would let her, but I do think she might perish. And then we have Lydia. I'll go over to Lydia a little more in a video to itself. But the new artwork that came out, just as throwing a hint out there, the new artwork that came out shows an Alpha screaming in kind of a emotional rage, looks like, with tear coming out of her eye. That could point to something to do with Lydia. Could that even point to Lydia's death? But it comes to question, I don't think Alpha would kill her. She couldn't kill her before. So if Lydia does die, how would that happen? So does Lydia die? I'm going to say Lydia is going to live, even though that artwork, man, it really makes me want to think that tear, that rage that she's showing right there is because of Lydia's death. So in a nutshell, who do I think? I think Gabriel is very high on the list to possibly die. I think Gamma may die. Of course, Alpha and Beta, I think both will die. And between Magna, Connie, Kelly, and Luke, I think Luke and Kelly are higher on the list, but Magna, we don't see her. We don't see Connie outside the cave. Daryl, man, it just seems like he would not leave her behind, even though it looks like her and Magna might have got separated from the group. So I'm going to say Connie or Magna does have a high chance in this case, just from what we've seen from the promos and the trailer. But I do think Kelly definitely might not make it out of 10B, and Luke may not make it out of Season 10B. And the former Savior, Laura, I like her character. She's seems like a good person, turned into a good person. She might not make it out of Season 10B. So there may be some others, smaller characters like Scott or some of the others, of course, that may not make it out, because it is a Whisper war, and they are going to get attacked by not just the Whispers, but the horde of walkers. They're up against Alpha's evil tactics. So how many more will die? How many will die in the fires and the attack of the walker hordes? And don't forget, Beta is infiltrating Alexandria through a tunnel. So that could open up to some deaths as well. But it is a zombie apocalypse, and it's anybody's ball game. Anybody could die at any moment. So none of the characters are really safe. Of course, Daryl is, and Carol and some of those people. But, really, they could surprise us. None of the characters are safe. So let me know what you think. Who do you think will not make it out of Season 10B? Let me know your thoughts in the discussion below. I'll join you there. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.